Yo, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? Hey, this is your host, Demetrius with the PPP, Panthers Prime Podcast, man. Hey, happy Monday, y'all. This is officially the Monday Morning Madness Show powered by Panthers Prime Podcast. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat so far, man. Hey, this is members only chat today, so if you are not a member, you can't leave a chat. But if you are a member, you can say what you want to say, man. We got a lot to talk about. Whole lot to talk about, man. Yeah, buddy. A lot of people mad about this new rule. AJ Brooks, what's up, man? That's some bull, man. But those new, listen, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This rule here has a lot of people pissed off. A lot of people are mad about this rule, man. There's a couple different proposals that people are kind of hot with. We're gonna get into it though, man. We'll get into it. Let me put myself over here real quick. There we go. All right, real quick. Candy Girl, good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning, Roadmaster. Good morning, man. Earl, what's going on? What's up? Candy Girl. Good morning, Roadmaster. Nick Tri-State. The game has gotten soft, but not in the aspect this should have been years ago. So many ball carriers Caesar has in it because of this tackle. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's a fact, man. All right, man. Let's get into it real quick, man. I'm pretty sure that you guys have seen the news, man. So the NFL has their league meeting in Orlando, where the owners and the coaches come together and they vote on certain things in the game to either make the game more advantageous or more competitive for the organization. Like, remember, there was conversations last year about trying to ban the tush push, and to a lot of teams' surprise, the NFL didn't even wink at it. They left it in there because it was a competitive play, not something that was going to harm or hurt players in a sense. Now, some people believe differently, but it is what it is. So, this year league meeting, they talked about the hip drop tackle. Okay, and I'm going to remove myself real quick so you guys can actually see what a hip drop tackle is. All right, so this is the Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons, and what they're saying is any tackle that unalives the legs and is a tackle around the hip is considered a hip drop tackle, and it's banned. It's banned. It's no longer allowed. A lot of players are mainly defensive players are pissed about this. We'll get into the third, whatchamacallit. Let's go into everything that's been approved so far. All right, so the 2024 approved playing rules summary. Detroit actually made one rule up, which got approved. If a team has two successful challenges, they're allowed it or given a third challenge. All right, so you got to win two to get the third one. Okay, the other one came from the commission, the competition committee, to allow for the enforcement of a major foul by the offense prior to a change of possession in the situation where where there are fouls on both teams. Okay. Another one is to eliminate the potential dangerous tackling techniques, which is the hip drop tackle. Then there's a couple other ones that popped up. We'll get into the other ones here in a minute. All right, let's go to the hip drop one first. All right. And let me pull it up on my screen so I can read it better. Yeah, man. A lot of players are pissed about this, man. All right, so let's get into it. So the hip drop tackle. It is a foul if a player uses the following technique to bring the runner to the ground. Grab the runner with both hands or wrap the runner with both arms. And B, unweights himself by swiveling and dropping his hips to lower body, landing on trapping the runner's legs or at below the knees. The penalty for this is a 15-yard penalty plus automatic first down. I'm going to be honest with you. This is going to be hard to get done at first. I'm going to be honest with you. But I started thinking in my mind, how do you stop this certain type of tackle from happening? The only thing I could think of, man, is maybe like gang tackling or just standing them up, and hopefully the ref will blow the whistle. I mean, you got to think, if you try to tackle someone up top, right, and bring them down up top, the person who's trying to take them down doesn't have that much leverage. You have more leverage when you distribute the body weight evenly. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this is probably this is a hard one for defenders, but I get it because there are a lot of injuries that occur with this type of tackling, and we've seen it from time to time. I think one for the Carolina Panthers, if I'm not mistaken, was, if you guys remember, Christian McCaffrey. I believe this was a game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Christian McCaffrey was breaking out to the end zone, and a guy came and tackled him from behind, but it was a hip drop tackle. And when he did it, he landed on Christian McCaffrey's ankles. And we all was like gasping for air, like, oh my gosh, Christian McCaffrey's hurt now. So, yeah, man, I mean, I understand how much it makes the game safer. Trust me, I do. And as someone who coaches football, and I have a son who plays football, and I have a baby son that's getting ready to get into football, injuries do, irk me at times. It is something that's in the back of my mind. But for the game of football, it's hard to institute. It's hard to institute some of these different, some of the different rules from other games. Like they said, this came from rugby, but rugby is set up entirely differently than football. Like the defenders are already in position to make the tackle. I.e., why I said gang tackling. They all like that's not how football is played. So I understand and I get it, and I like that they're trying to keep players safe. I think Tom Brady alluded to this a couple months ago when it came down to the tackling of a quarterback. He's like, how can you stop a fully grown man that's moving at top speed to try to make sure that he doesn't land, or try to make sure that he doesn't, put his body weight onto the quarterback? That's hard. And that came from Tom Brady. That came from Tom Brady, the GOAT, the one who benefited the most from roughing the passer. So I get it, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I get it. Let me see here. Let me load up this Cam Jordan. I got Cam Jordan on here. Let's load up Richard Sherman one real quick. So this is what Richard Sherman said. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to load up Cam Jordan as well. So this is what Richard Sherman said. I just wish they forced the entire competition committee to create examples of how they expect a defender to tackle a ball carrier. I want them to act it out at full speed and create a video for players. At some point during the creation of that video, they will realize how insane this is. I'm not going to lie. When you're looking at it from the position of a player, I get it. I totally get it. It's hard to do. It is hard to do, man. Let me load up this Cam Jordan take real quick. Load this one up real quick. Two of the most prolific, in my opinion, defenders that were in the NFL that actually benefited from this type of tackle. Here go Cam Jordan right here. We've sat in on competition committee, Sherm. I wish there was a former player on both offense and defense whom played at a high level in there with power. This may create indecisions and slow down the defenders making an open field tackle or chasing the ball carrier down. Yep. Listen, it's going to be a lot of that going on, man. I'm going to be honest with you, man. It's going to be a lot of that going on. Like, if you guys were upset about how the NFL was being played in some capacity, man, just get ready for it. Miss Cool, what's going on? Good morning, fam. AJ Brooks, I guess we just need to shoot straight tackle. That's about all we're going to be able to do. 336 Boston, man. Hey, man, I like the new logo you got there, man. Yeah, that's dope, man. Jaquan, what's up, man? Yeah. Roadmaster Limited, what's up, man? What's going on? What's going on, everybody, man? AJ Brooks said there's so much nuances in this rule that guys just can't tackle from the waist from behind now. Grab the neck or the shoe, I guess. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Like if you try to tackle above, like as a defender, you don't have that much leverage already as it is. You know, you're trying to take someone down and you got to match up. First of all, you got to make contact with the ball carrier, right? So you got to know where they're going at. Then you got to try to make the tackle. Now you're telling them to don't go as even as possible, which means having the same lift of body type that you're actually carrying. You got to bring them down from the top. And if you guys remember, Luke Kuechly was actually pretty good with this. Luke Kuechly would tackle you from your shoulders and slam you to the ground. But now we're going to fall into maybe a situation where they start talking about concussion protocol stuff now. I'm saying it to say this. There's no way you can take each and every hard-hitting tackle out of the game. You got grown men that have been working for this for their whole entire lives almost, getting to this point. And as a defender, it's hard to defend. What am I doing? Am I going to pick you up and just carry you out of bounds right there? So I'm at the inside hash. I'm going to pick you up and just carry you out of bounds. Tell everybody stay away. Don't tackle him. Let me go ahead and take him out of bounds and let him gently land out of bounds so that we can just go ahead and get on with the next play. It's totally stupid. I'm not going to lie to you, man. It's totally stupid. At work in the maintenance shop, chilling till something break. Facts, man. That's what's up. Sounds like a square up, wrap up, or get out the way. That's all it is. 336. That's all it is, man. Yeah, it just alludes to, you know, just in my opinion, man, a softer NFL. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I know pads have gotten a lot thinner, shoulder pads. You know, everything has gotten a lot thinner so that the mobility of the player can be, you know, enhanced and can be at least not at 100 because, you know, you're at 100 when you have nothing on. But I mean, to me, I'm not gonna lie, this right here just kind of rubs me the wrong way. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's see what are the other proposals here. All right, here is the next proposal that they actually voted in. So let's go to it real quick. Let me put it up on my screen here so I can read it. All right, which one is it? It's this one right here. Yep. All right, so this is the replay one that actually came from the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions proposed this, and it was able to be approved. So each team is permitted a minimum of 2 challenges that will initiate instant replay reviews. A, the head coach can initiate a challenge by throwing a red flag onto the field of play before the next legal snap or kick. B, a team that commits a foul that prevents the next snap can no longer challenge the previous play. The non-fouling team can still challenge the previous play. Both teams can benefit from the review. All right. So that's interesting. The head coach may challenge on-field rulings listed in Section 3, except for those plays that only the replay officials can challenge, Article 2. Each challenge requires an available team timeout. A team that is out of timeouts or has used all of its available challenges may not attempt or initiate a challenge. All right. So basically, now if you win 2 challenges in a row, and this is shout out to the Detroit Lions for being a forward-thinking team and rewarding the eyes of the, you know, the ones that are up top that's saying, yeah, throw the challenge flag, coach, throw the challenge flag. They're going to start awarding every team who wins 2 an additional 1, you know. So I think that's actually a pretty good initiative for those coaches who are pretty savvy and know when a play isn't called right by the referee. Maybe they didn't get the first down. Maybe they didn't, you know, go across the goal line, you know, stuff like that. So big ups to the NFL for now rewarding teams that make great plays or great calls to challenge. You know, they're giving them a little something. All right, Big Fry, can we have a rule on using real grass? Hey, man, that's something that I think they're talking about as well. They got a lot of stuff that they're talking about. QB's got pads in the helmets like every other player. That's a fact they do. Miss Cool said, good morning, Candy Girl. Yeah, James Allen Panther, PPP. What's up, man? What's up, man? Hey, guys, if you're watching and you're not a member of Panthers Prime Podcast, go to the top. There's a link pinned to the top where you can actually become a member here of the channel, okay? It's only $3.99. And you'll have full access to being able to talk on the chat, but this is only for members today. Also, want to let you guys know that the Atlanta Falcons game will be available for purchase on tonight. Yes, it's done. So I'll be letting you guys know when other games are going to be available, but the Atlanta Falcons game will be available for purchase tonight. Okay, so just to let you guys know that. Cam ain't get that kind of protection. They made excuses in size and athleticism, but Big Ben would have drew fouls. Absolutely, man. Professional flag football. That's what this is. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's exactly what this is, man. Truck stick gone. Gonna be the next Chico, man. Yeah, I mean, yo, and I'm with Richard Sherman. Let's go back to Richard Sherman's comment, man. I'm with Richard Sherman 100% of the way. Can you guys make an example? Show us someone there at the competition committee. Create examples of a ball carrier and a defender, or defender trying to tackle a ball carrier. Show us that. Full speed. Show us that. Show us that. Show it to us. I'm guarantee you they won't be able to. A lot of these rules come about because we're looking at analytics and we're looking at certain things. Is that type of tackling dangerous? It is. But everything about the NFL is dangerous. We just seen Damar Hamlin tackle somebody, and we saw what happened with him. Okay? So it's a dangerous sport. These guys are pumped up, they're juiced up. You know what I mean? And certain things just happen, man. It's unfortunate, but it does. So, I mean, if you didn't want the game to be as physical as it is, it should have started that way. Should have started that way. But I don't hate on anybody who has tried to make the game a lot safer. You know what I mean? So, that's what it is with that. I like it in some aspects, and some other aspects I don't. Hey, man, do me a favor, guys. If you haven't, hit the like button, man. We got 38 people in here watching, man. Make sure you hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. Become a member of Panthers Prime Podcast as well. AJ Brooks says, if you grab from the armpit down, you naturally will slide to the waist. Exactly. Gravity exists. The dude is running away from you, and that's the natural part of their body you slide to from. Exactly. Or that's what I'm saying. Like, should they pick them up and gently lay them down on the turf or the grass? Like, it's I don't like it. I do not like it at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm about to drop the link in the chat, man. I do not like it at all. I think it's a wild rule for the defenders, and it's a good rule if you're an offensive guy, I guess. The hip drop tackle ended OBJ season back when he was with New York, in the Tony Pollard season a couple years ago. It ended a lot more dudes. Yeah. No, I get it. Trust me, I do. PvP, this is a good rule change. I feel you, Nick. I feel you, man. I feel you. It's a dirty tackle. I wouldn't say it's a dirty tackle. I think it's a more natural tackle. Just like AJ Brooks said. If you try to grab, listen, it's all about leverage when you're trying to tackle. All right, we got something else from Tom Pelissero. This is big. The NFL committee chairman told me the replay assistants would now be permitted to correct certain types. This is one we probably all been waiting for. This is big. The NFL Commission Committee Chairman Rich McKay told me the replay assistants will now be permitted to correct certain types of incorrect calls for roughing the passer or intentional grounding. Must be purely objective. QB wasn't hit in the head and what's out of the pocket. Okay, there we go. If this rule was implemented a couple years ago, Probably wouldn't have been intentional grounding on Cam Newton against the Saints. Y'all remember that playoff game? Yeah. Some decent rule changes. I'm not gonna lie. I like that one because we've seen so many fake roughing the passer. Roughing the passer is not pushing the passer with your hands and they fall down. That's not roughing the passer. Roughing the passer is if you hit the passer in the head. All right, Nick, what's up, man?
Yo, what up, man? Yeah, I'm on limited time right now, but
talk to me. This floor is yours.
I definitely think it's a good rule change, Prime. It's the new horse collar tackle. It's just a dirty tackle. Like, the hip drop tackle is like when someone, let's say you're running, right? You got the ball in your hands, and someone's coming from your right side. If you're trying to break the tackle now, if the guy naturally is going to try breaking the tackle, the hip drop tackle, why it's dirty is because now, if he's coming from the right side and you're trying to break left, now all his pressure, he just drops all his pressure onto your right leg when he's trying to tackle you coming from your right side. And that's how ankles get broken. That's how hips get dislocated. Like I said in the chat, the OBJ, go look at if you could pull up the OBJ clip against the Chargers, bro. I remember that. That's when I was saying they should have taken it out then when that happened, bro. It was a dirty tackle. It's a dirty tackle. As far as like trying to tackle someone from behind, if someone goes by you, the natural thing is when I played football, if someone gets behind you, you dive straight for his ankles. You wrap him up from his ankles. He's not going to go far if you jump down and wrap around from his ankles. This just goes back to basics from Pee Wee days. It's going back to basics. Wrap up, tackle, clean tackles, bro. No horse collars, no hip drops. That's how people's seasons get injured, ruined.
Okay, so basically, we're making the tackling a lot more harder. You just said tackle from the ankles. Now, if you have
someone's running from when someone like say you run past me, right, and now I'm trying to catch up. Like I remember Zach Thomas used to do it all the time. He wouldn't even go for the tackle. He'd dive and try and clip you from your ankles. He would like with his hand while you're running. If you hit his right leg into his left leg, he's gonna just naturally trip and fall. At that
But Nick, how do you propose they do that? Are they kicking their left leg into their right leg? Are they hitting it with their hands? Like, how do you propose that happens?
like you smack, like instead of clipping someone, you know how clipping is called when you kick someone. But if you're a linebacker and a running back goes by you and you dive and you smack your right hand to his right ankle to make him trip himself, that's not going to be called a dirty tackle. You made the tackle.
Hey, Nick, Omar Tillman's on your hips, man. He said, how are you supposed to tackle from behind now, Nick? Yeah, man. I'm going to be honest with you, Nick. I think me and you going to disagree on this one, man, because I think that you've now elevated the difficulty of a tackle on the defender by saying, you got an ankle tackle, when the most natural way to stop a person is to grab them by the hips. It's to grab them.
Absolutely.
Where there's more, there's more equal base. You know what I mean?
But what I'm saying, I agree with you. But what I'm saying is the hip drop tackle is when a defender pushes all their momentum onto one person's leg to bring them down. That's the dirty part of it. That's how legs get snapped and ankles get broken by that. I agree with you 1,000%. That's the natural base of tackling. You wrap them up from the hips, from around their waist, and you tackle them. But not when guys are, when you're forcing more, when you're putting more pressure onto people's legs to bring them down. That's, you know what I mean?
So
like
okay,
Tony Pollard just had a similar injury like a year or two ago. It was a dirty tackle, bro. Like if you could pull up the clips. Just literally pull them up. You'll see. You'll know you'll see what I'm saying. Especially that OBJ one. OBJ went and caught it. He came down and the defender put all his pressure into OBJ's left leg. And when he tried breaking the tackle, that's naturally how you're gonna break your ankle. You know what I mean?
Okay.
When the defender's putting all their pressure into one part of your leg.
Right. So
they're not going for both legs. They're going for one. Like they're using one leg. And they're putting all the pressure on one leg, and that's naturally that's just physics. Something's gonna break at that point. You know what I mean?
Understood. So Nick, if they're trying to tackle you from behind, are you suggesting that if they do because there's going to be a certain type of criteria?
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. It's a really thin line. I know
it's a thin line, bro. Am I supposed to try to tackle from behind and swivel my whole body so my whole body hits the grass or whatever.
Yourself, and I get what you're saying. Now you're putting yourself in danger. Now you're putting yourself in. It's real tough. It's a real tough discussion. You know what I mean? It's tough because you know what I mean. Now the tackler's putting himself more at harm by trying to look out for the safety of the ball carrier. It's tough. I know. I feel you. But like you said, bro, they're just trying to make the game more safe, like trying to take out the dirty plays. Like this is the new horse collar tackle. Like we could all agree, the horse collar tackle, that's a dirty tackle.
Yeah, I mean the horse collar tackle.
You can't put your hands into their collar and wrap them down. Like that's how you break something.
Right. Hey, Omar Tillman, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, PvP? What's up, Nick?
What up?
Yeah, Nick, I feel what you're saying, bro. The hip tackle, it's one of those things now where the NFL is becoming it's a disadvantage to play defense. Because Nick, the same way you talking about how that's a dirty play, what about when a tight end or lineman can come and dive straight at a lineman's knee if they're not engaged off of like a little chip block? That's legal, but it's a dangerous play.
I agree with you 1,000%, Omar. That should be banned too. That should be banned too. They should put that too.
Offense. If you're gonna ban hip drop tackles, we should ban the forward progression because that's the whole point of you trying to tackle somebody at their hips. Because if you don't stop them, these referees
let more yards,
running backs and wide receivers get extra 3 yards, even though they're kind of stopped. So it's just becoming a disadvantage to play football as a defender. And I played defense my whole life, so that's why these rule changes. I'm just like, damn, you can't play defense anymore.
You can't play defense.
It's all favored toward offense because points. More advantage for offense means more points, and more points means more money for the NFL.
Yeah, more odds.
It's like what they did in the NBA, bro. They took out hand checking and all that because points can be scored way more now because it equals more money.
Yeah. That's all it says, man. Shout out to 336 Boston. He said you can still rep the body or shoulders, I guess. I mean, players are going to have to go to doing that type of Luke Kuechly tackle where, you wrap them up from the shoulders and slam them down, but then, you fall into the situation of is this causing more concussions? You see what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
And then PPP, what's going to get me is how are these referees going to call this full speed? Like, because what if I grab you by your
jobs are getting way harder, bro. NFL refs got a tough job.
And so
what'd you say, Omar?
I said, yeah, what if like I grab you by your hips to take you down, but then I let go? And so it's not a full tackle. And so it's like, I wonder how these refs are going to try to implement these rules.
Man, this is going to be hard. That's why I'm glad Richard Sherman put out this tweet saying, "Can the league competition committee show us in full speed how you want them to tackle?" Because you're like changing the whole landscape of football right now. Like it's going to be like almost watching the Pro. Y'all know how I feel about the Pro Bowl.
This shit is a waste. It's a waste,
bro. Like watching. Gosh, man, the competition is going down now, man. It's dwindling away, man.
One more thing before I jump off Prime and Omar. So, like I was saying, I wholeheartedly agree with y'all. It's getting way tougher to play defense. So the issue before was they're aiming too high, right? So okay, boom, we're going to lessen the concussions. Now if a guy goes across the middle, you go knee check him. Now it's like, oh, it's a dirty play. They're aiming for the knees, but as a defender, Omar, you know this too, playing defense. Now, where you as the defender are more prone to get injured now if you're aiming in that middle area. Like if you ram your helmet into someone's sternum the wrong way, you're risking a neck injury at that point.
Yeah, same
you know
with
what I mean?
your
As a
well.
football player, when I played safety, I'd rather aim low. I'd rather go toward your legs than go toward your chest area because I saw someone break their neck in a high school game because they didn't tackle correctly and someone went across the middle. They went straight toward their chest and they broke their neck, bro. You know what I mean? It's such a disadvantage to defenders. It is. It's real unfortunate. Because now, like you said, when these guys are playing full speed, how are these refs gonna call this, bro? It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it is, man. I'm trying to find. I know that there was some more league changes or proposals. I think the Colts had one. Yeah, the Colts withdrew their proposal to allow the coach to replay officials. The Colts withdrew their proposal to allow a coach to replay, I'm sorry, guys. My eyes is like toe up right now, man. I went to the doctor this morning. official to challenge any foul that's been called. So they threw that proposal out to allow any challenge to be, overviewed or reviewed or whatever. I don't know why. They should have kept that one in there because I think that's a good one. A lot of these fouls that these referees be throwing, man, these flags, it don't be real fouls, man. It'd be borderline type of stuff. So I wish they would have left that one in there, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I'm surprised they let that one that you said for Detroit in because that kind of I don't get it. I think that's gonna be something because before it was if you get 2 right, then you get a third one. Now it's if you get 1 right, you automatically are good for a third one, even if you miss your second one.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I feel like that's something to give coaches, that give coaches more grace if they throw a bad flag, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe I feel like a lot of coaches before would hold their flags because they were scared to throw a bad challenge because you'll lose that third one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It's a lot of I don't get the hip drop one. I'm gonna be honest with you. That one's gonna plague me for a little minute, man.
I'm scared they're about to get rid of special teams. I'm really scared they're about to get rid of special teams, and I don't think they understand how many people's jobs rely on special teams. ISM, Blackshear, the Sam Franklins, like that's how they're in the league is off of special teams.
Yeah. It's this one by Mike Garofalo. The NFL Competition Committee Chairman Rich McKay says they discussed the new kickoff rule proposal with ownership. Excuse me, but they haven't taken votes yet. So I don't know what that one's going to entail, a new kickoff rule. I mean, they already did one already, so I don't.
Yeah, I don't know if you watch like these new spring leagues, like I know they're combined now, but like last year the XFL, they had it to where pretty much the kicking team couldn't start running down the field until the ball was already caught. You know what I'm saying? Trying to like prevent those like middle of the field collisions unnecessarily and things of that nature. It's like it's becoming a soft game. I don't think the NFL, they're trying to grow the game, but make it less violent. Football is a violent sport. I learned that when I was young. It's a violent game. Like
it's a violent game.
It's a
man.
gladiator sport. It's a gladiator sport. It's just no different from MMA, boxing, all that. You can't make violence safe.
Yeah, that's why. What's old boy's name from Seattle? I think it's Tyler Lockett, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
after he got injured, when he came back, he just gives up on the play. If he see a defender coming to him, he just gives up. He just falls straight to the ground. He don't even take the contact no more. And that's something that I'm not gonna say I want to see in the game, but it's like, man, like. The game, it's not hard hitting like the Ray Lewis time, when you used to look for big hits across the middle, man. And I don't know, man. I don't like it. To be honest with
big hits, and they weren't even flags. They weren't even flags.
Exactly, not even flags, yo. Just hits, just playing regular football, man.
Xavier Woods, he's another one. Like I like him, but the way that he plays with how he hits people over the middle of the field, they're going to call flags on him, even if they're legal hits. Like I think in Tennessee, he lit somebody up, and they had dropped the flag, and I think they picked it up later. But like a safety like Xavier Woods, who's if you come across this middle, I'm hitting you. It's just my job. And as a defender, you don't have that. You don't have that chance to be a 1 second slow reaction. Okay, let me try to let him catch the ball first. Then come tackle. It's 25 yards. If they catch this, they in field goal range. Like
they in field goal range.
Being a defender and watching what the NFL do now, I know they hate it. It's hated, and I hope they do what Sherm or Cam Jordan. I don't know who requested the video. How are you supposed to tackle from behind if you're a linebacker and a running back is getting even with you and he passed you now? What am I supposed to do? Just give up on the play?
Exactly. Just let them go. Just let them go. And I think that would, for those games where you got a lot of betting on the line, that's going to hurt a lot of. That's going to hurt a lot of people who's betting, man. If you just do that type of play, because I don't know, man. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think the game is soft. I think we're leaning too much to other teams. I mean, other organizations as far as what's it called? As far as like other type of sports, rugby and all this other stuff, man. It makes no sense to me, man. It makes no sense. Rugby, they're already set up in a tackling position already. It's not like you have to run through the zone and then it's 1-on-1 or whatever. No, they're already there. It's gang tackling. You know, they're already there. Panther Theory, man. Appreciate you, man, for that super sticker, yo. Real quick, AJ Brooks. I honestly like the lineup, but the waiting for the ball caught. I'm sorry, y'all. My eyes is like, I got my eyes dilated this morning, and I'm through right now. I honestly like the lineup, but the waiting for the ball caught is really hard. The kickers are about to be very important job. Okay, literally cost the team. Yeah, I mean, yo, listen, man. It's about to be real soft. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's about to be a game in which, you know, the offense is going to thrive. That's what's going to happen, because if you tackle them this certain type of way, it's a 15-yard penalty and a first down. If you don't tackle them, it could be a touchdown. Like, what do you want teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers and the San Francisco 49ers and all these teams that have prolific defenses? What do you want them to do? So I don't know, Omar. I do like the one about the review of the quarterback intentional grounding and also the roughing the passer one. I think that's a great one.
Those are good ones. Those should always be reviewable, because some of those be ticked. They be ticked. They're inconsistent. There's no foundation of, okay, is that, because I've seen Bryce get killed sometimes that he didn't get a flag. That if you do that to, you know, a Brock Purdy, Aaron Rodgers, it's a flag.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, we saw it the other day when we went through the all 22. Who was that against the Minnesota Vikings? Yeah, we saw that hit, man, that late hit. That should have been roughing the passer. They should have put us half the distance to the goal right there. But it is what it is, man. I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot more rules that are going to be coming out later on today. They're like popping up on Twitter, you know, each and every time I look at it. So, you know, we'll see, man. But guys, that's it for today. Real short live, man. Just wanted to give you guys this information about the league changes, man, about the gameplay. I don't like it too much. I think it's a dumb rule. I'm not gonna lie to you. And you know, we'll be looking at in the future to see if there's going to be any type of you know, tutorial showing us how they need to tackle, you know, just going forward. But we'll see. Shout out to Panther Theory for that super sticker, man. Shout out to Omar Tillman for that super chat, and shout out to 336 Boston, man. And we'll come back a little later on today, man. Got some stuff to talk about a little later on today, but I need to get my eyes right. It's hard for me to see the screen, and I ain't gonna struggle trying to read stuff. So I'm not gonna do that, guys. If you are a member of Panthers Prime Podcast, I would admonish you to hit the like button right now. Also, if you're not a member of Panthers Prime Podcast, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also, there's a link up at the top. You can become a member of the channel as well. Just click that link. It's $3.99 a month. You have all the benefits of members-only content, as well as a couple other things, man, that's going to be added onto this to the platform as well. Today will be the day that the Atlanta Falcons game will be on the website. Website for that one game is about done, okay? It took me all last night. I got back in at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I ran through all that stuff as much as possible. I got a couple more pages to do with that, a couple more links. Boom, it'll be ready. So I'll put it out in the community section when it's officially ready for purchasing, all right? But, guys, this is your host, Demetrius, with the PPP, Panthers Prime Podcast, man. You know what time it is. Let's go.